The world just saw the biggest clash on camera. Two powers lose their cool. Sharp words fly and the world watches. The question is this diplomacy or something far more serious? Ladies and gentlemen, inside the United Nations Security Council, a meeting meant to maintain global peace, it quickly turned into a heated confrontation. What followed was not a routine diplomacy, it was a rare, open display of rising global tension, with powerful nations directly accusing each other on camera. And guess what? At the center of this clash was the ongoing war in Ukraine. The US took a very strong position, claiming that China is indirectly helping Russia by supplying a dual-use good, items that can be used by both civilians and military. According to Washington, these supplies they may be strengthening Russia's ability to continue the war. But China didn't hold back. Beijing rejected these accusations, calling them repetitive and unfolded. It turned the argument around saying that Western countries, specifically the US here, are the ones prolonging the conflict by continuously sending weapons into the region. Let me simplify this for you. China's message was clear. You cannot fuel a war and then blame it on others. In the meantime, Russia also dismissed the criticism altogether. Moscow described the entire narrative as a distraction, basically an attempt to shift the focus away from what it sees as Western involvement in escalating tension. Now, for Russia, these accusations, they are not really new, are they? But the tone and intensity of this exchange made it stand out. And then comes another critical angle, by the way, Iran. The US raised concern about growing military cooperation between Russia and Iran, specifically in sensitive regions like the Gulf. And this adds a very new layer to the situation. Linking conflicts in Europe and the West Asia into a single one, it complexes the geopolitical puzzle. And at the very same time, Ukraine also issued a stark warning. Officials from Kyiv highlighted the ongoing attacks on civilian areas, emphasizing that the human cost of this conflict, it continues to rise. Well, this reminder brought the focus back to the ground reality. Far beyond politics, far beyond the power struggle. Real lives are being affected every single day. So what makes this moment so important? It is not just about the disagreement. Disagreements are common in geopolitics, right? It's the intensity, the directness, and the fact that these exchanges are becoming more frequent and more public. Diplomacy is slowly giving way to open confrontation, and here's the bigger picture. The world today is no longer dominated by a single power. Instead, multi-global players, the US, China, Russia, they are actively competing to shape the international rules, alliance, and influence. Now, when these power clash, even verbally, it sends very strong signal across markets, militaries, and diplomatic corridors worldwide. And this matters. Why? Because when tensions rise at forums like the UN, it often reflects deeper fractures behind the scenes. These are not any isolated incidents, though they are symptoms of a larger shift in global power balance. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just a heated meeting. It was a glimpse into a world where cooperation is becoming harder, divisions are getting sharper, and every conflict is increasingly interconnected. And the biggest concern is that when words they become this intense, the risk is that the action may null. And the biggest concern, well, that is that when words become this intense, the risk is that action may not stay far behind.